Hey everybody, it's Saturday night. You can tell that we're heading for the longest day of the year because it's 8 o'clock and it is still light out. However, it's raining again. It's rained every Saturday since the start of the year. Really strange. Anyway, lots is happening. I guess I can stop saying that. You can just presume lots is happening. I hope you had a good day so far. The Supreme Court is being heinous again. So we're going to take a look at that. The ICE showing up in LA yesterday was a horror show. I literally saw a white SUV not yield to a protester who was protesting by trying to push back the SUV, which was something that person shouldn't have done for safety reasons. But what impressed me, what made the greatest not good impression on me at all, just to show you how sadistic whoever these ICE people are, just to demonstrate how sadistic. They didn't yield, the SUV didn't yield at all. You may have caught this on Midas Touch, the video of it. Instead, they just waited until the person got exhausted enough or some kind of, he tripped on his foot or something. Anyway. And they kind of ran him over. So if you think that this is what government is for, you, the general you, then we all, will just go, oh, well, too bad for them. But what we really need to do is be loud and be very present and to never shut up and to keep going because we still live in a democracy. So I'm going to look at, well, those ICE agents that just went ahead and then it was a hit and run. Really, technically it was a hit and run because then after the guy got under the SUV and was knocked down to the ground and people were running towards him to give him aid, the white SUV, reminds me of OJ, just sped up and drove away. What the fucking fuck? Excuse me. Just slipped out. Will whoever was driving that SUV be held accountable at some point? Yes. You don't just run someone over and leave. Let's ask this. Was the person hospitalized after that happened? Were they taken to the hospital in LA? Yes, they were. I know it's unbelievable what we're going through in this country, but from a spiritual perspective, we're being forced to protect our democracy. We're being forced to. So let's take a look at the Supreme Court, who just basically, they're a horror show, and they basically gave Dumpy just full, go ahead and the government can steal every single American citizen's Social Security information. If you're not angry, you're not paying attention. This Supreme Court, the majority, wants authoritarianism. And John Roberts and Alito, them for sure, and Thomas are the type that would run over a protester. They're the type. And then they would giggle about it. So, all the while I'm telling you this, I want you to all know that I know that there is such goodness in this country, and it will show, like it showed today, like it's been showing. I posted a video clip of ice coming to New Bedford. It's a little south of here, Massachusetts. And an onlooker questioning these ICE agents, asking them why they had masks on. Also talking to the local police officer who was really doing the right thing and adhering to, yes, that's that citizen's constitutional right to film you, ICE. Let's ask this. Are these ICE agents in general, are they having second thoughts in general? I have a yes on that. Is it more of them that are having second thoughts about what they're doing? Is it a larger percentage? It's a weak yes. So I would say, yeah. So the question is there a large percentage of these ICE agents that are kind of thinking twice about what they're doing? Yeah. Okay. I want us to ride that wave. I want us to focus on that. And if you think that people don't have remorse after they've done something horrible, there was an example a few days ago. One of the Jan 6 rioters who did go to jail, and she's been featured on Midas Touch before, just admitting that she was wrong. She refused to accept a pardon from Dumpy. Most people in this country are very, very good people, and we're going to see all the good people shining their light in the face of this ridiculousness. Reprehensible ridiculousness. We will shut it down. We will stop it. I notice that YouTube's being really aggressive now with people that are truth tellers. I'm going to have to find a way to combat that. So before I read on the Supreme Court, and I just want to say, when we have Democrats in the majority across the board with the Democratic president, all of this goes away. All of this goes away. But I just want to say that I know that good is extremely powerful, and that this darkness is extremely, extremely weak and pathetic. And that good will prevail as long as we keep at it. So let's read on the Supreme Court. Yeah, they just decided, Doge can have access to all our private information, that they can just go ahead and have at it. But Elon is no longer head of Doge. The Supreme Court. They're into the dark arts. I'm just going to tell you, they're into the dark arts. But I also want to tell you that, I'm getting like a vision of like the Da Vinci Code and Dan Brown and all those books as I'm looking at this. Because I'm looking at Opus Dei. And I'm looking at the dark arts. The Supreme Court is under the cult mind control of Opus Dei and the dark arts and the Knight of Cups. I actually feel that the Supreme Court, this is interesting, the Supreme Court is not going to be, it's not going to have its power. It's going to have its power stripped away to a certain degree. Not like in an obvious way, but I see the Supreme Court getting less and less relevant. And I can look into that a little bit more tomorrow when I do a pop-up. I think this is what I want to say, because the guides are just kind of giving me this information. I'm putting it together in my head. On the Supreme Court, we have Alito, we have, and we had, Leonard Leo and the Howard guy are all part of that. Kavanaugh's part of it, Bill Barr, the past AG, they're all part of it. And JD, and this is just what I psychically know, a lot of it. And the Supreme Court being ruled by that has made it very, very dark. The majority is in the dark money and all that. Pope Leo's not into this. Pope Leo wants to shut it down. And the Knight of Cups indicates there's some warriors, some spiritual warriors that are going to take this shit down. And I'm not asking for when, but what I'm seeing is that it's losing its power. I don't know how just yet. I have to do a deeper dive. But the Supreme Court is working for the dark side, for evil. And I'm going to ask this. What I see is that it gets exposed, and I'm just kind of wondering how. So let's ask that. Let's ask, okay. Like on a grand scale, the connections. Is this going to be a world event when the Supreme Court's... Yeah, the Supreme Court being exposed, all the dark money will be a world event. I see a disassembling of Opus Dei, and I know that might sound crazy and insane like Pollyanna. But I do. I see it losing its power. I know these things are layers deep, but somehow... Let's ask another question. Let's ask about, I feel like I want to use a different deck for this. Let's ask about Elon threatening to out Dumpy. And then I'll let you go. This is just a short video. The pop-ups are supposed to be short. Tomorrow we have Church of Spirituality at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. If you need to get into a higher vibration, then you need to join us. Either live or afterwards. Just telling you what works. So Elon, I'm going to just go with this. I know Elon's getting skittish around just outing Dumpy, because he deleted some of his posts. And the MAGA Republicans don't know whose side to be on. It's crazy. Is Elon feeling intimidated? I have a no on that. Now, don't be mistaken. I am no fan of Elon Musk. I'm just reading what the pendulum says. He's not afraid to go after Dumpy, which makes me feel that he's got a lot on Dumpy, including that he helped him by rigging the election. We talked about that last night. I'm picking up that he's going to tell all. The truth will come out. This is the truth. This is a Two of Wands once again, weighing it out. This is Elon. It's going to be a huge burden to him to out Dumpy. But I actually see forces at work to get Elon enticed into telling on Dumpy. And I have to tell you, lately, with all this that's erupted between Elon and Dumpy, lately, these readings that I'm doing, I mean, I'm just giving you, I'm just scratching the surface. There's so much that lies beneath. It's crazy. So, that's all I have for you right now. I'll do Off the Ledge every day, and PNN pop-up every day, and Church of Spirituality tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. Please join us. Please help me to kind of Please help me to fight back on this shadow banning on YouTube. Make sure you check my channel. They're not going to give you notifications half of the time. And they may unsubscribe you. And don't worry, the light will win. Okay? Have a great evening if you're watching this at night, or a great day if you're watching it during the day. And I'll see you soon. Thumbs up, please, and subscribe. Namaste.